Okay. After some frustration, I think I am actually ready to begin the stream now. Hopefully. I mean... So I saw something very interesting for the first time in the YouTube dashboard thing. It was literally like... I was streaming... Well, it was acting as if I was streaming a black screen. And it had underneath it, like, excellent connection. And I'm like, dude, I don't think that is an excellent connection. I think something's wrong. I think something went wrong there. And I had to, like, start and stop streaming 5 times. And OBS wasn't telling me that anything was wrong. OBS was perfectly happy to stream and yet not stream. And then finally, what fixed it, I think, was me closing OBS and then opening it back up again. And so after I did that, YouTube went from black screen with 3 minutes of playtime to now the last 5 seconds of what I was streaming, and the playtime reset to like 10 seconds. So I time traveled. And then it was like, oh, hey, by the way, we're getting no data. And I'm like, yeah, you're damn right you're getting no data. I had to freaking close OBS. And I reopened OBS and started again and managed to continue the stream after that. So I'm sure the start of this video is an absolute disaster, for which I apologize, but there was nothing I could do. YouTube just decided it was having a bad day and didn't want to help me resolve that at all. Alright, start the day with a yawn. What are we doing today? Well, we've got what I would describe as polishing, although some of this stuff is like extremely important, and we've got a lot of features to do as well still. Still like a tiny bit of polishing that I just want to get out of the way, and then we'll move on to like some actual features. Let me see if I can show what we're working with here. Okay. Yeah, good. That opened up. Makes me happy. Something like this is what I want. Fix the stretch. Okay. We've done this all so many times before. Yeah, that's good. We do this. Yep, that looks like that. So, what I'm upset with currently in all of that, well, there's a couple things. First of all the animations are linear, so it makes it look like what a friend of mine described as PowerPointy. Looks like PowerPoint animations, because all PowerPoint animations are linear as well. And so I guess, well, I mean, they're just not great. There's a noticeable point where suddenly the animation starts. And gosh, I just love clicking that return button by accident. And I think for this, well, no, I could probably do with a lot of different animation fixes. Doing it non-linearly is just would be the best, honestly. But so that's one complaint. But to see these buttons, they don't obey the rules. They kind of just hang out for a bit too long, and so they're part of, I think, what contributes to the jumpy feel of this. Like, it's just like too sudden. There's like a noticeable flip there, And that's not great. So I need to fade the buttons. Is basically what I need to do. And this isn't great either. I need to fix that. So let's start with actually fixing that. You should not be able to press any of those buttons multiple times. Okay. Let's go find my deep dive button. It hangs out at the bottom. Oh, the back button actually instead. So this, this was a cute little joke. Okay, that should be that. And also disable button. Great, that's that. And now we go to results display. Don't worry about this. We'll get to that probably some point today. Do I worry about this? No, that's fine. Now I scroll to the bottom here to find my deep dive button. Okay. And let's see. Oh, I love to do that. Good old Webpackle. So now that bug should be fixed. Nope, never fixed a damn thing in my life. So I'm concerned. What? I probably disable this instead. Because this, in this context, I can't imagine that this is defined. Like, how would it be? How is that not an error as well? Just JavaScript being JavaScript. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's try this again. No, I'm wrong. It's not JavaScript being JavaScript. It's me being wrong. So what's the deal here? Why are you undisableable? Do you need to be added to the document before that will be allowed? Are you not a real boy? Unless you're added to the document first? No, that's not it. Oh, that's so frustrating. What is this shit, dude? God damn it. You can't even fucking manage your white space. Oh, that's so aggravating. God, just gotta break all my shit. Oh my god. Don't even enable that feature if it's gonna break everything. Ooh, I'm so frustrated. Dot style dot disabled. No. That's not what I wanted to click. It's just dot disabled. Dot disabled. Wrong file. So this will tell me whether the button has been disabled. I will also console.log the button in case it is, I don't know, undefined or something. Disabled true? What the hell? You're lying to me, dude. It's not disabled at all. I don't understand. This is disabled. I don't... Wait. Okay. Maybe something in my code is re-enabling it. Well, yeah, seems like it. Okay, what is this? If this time... I see. Yes, this is totally fair. Okay. If this dot is graph zoomed and not this dot is deep dive started. That's gotta be it. Okay, there we go. That fixed it. And the back button is fine because I didn't have that enabling logic in there. I think it's important to disable it in the on click because that ensures that if the on click finishes running, you're not going to get another on click running. If you didn't do that, then there could be some weird frame timing thing where if you click fast enough, you could get it to double click. Yeah, the animation does seem a little bit stilted currently. But that's okay. We will resolve that. What I should do is color these lines according to these colors that I haven't added in yet. I should do that as well, for sure. Okay, well that's that. Disabled buttons. Next, we need to fade out the buttons. Now that's a curious thing. That's a curious concept. I'm I have some ideas on how I could do it, but I'm gonna Google something. I'm gonna Google that real quick just to see if there's a detail or two I'm missing. Hmm. Oh, there's just an opacity style. Okay, there's an opacity style. That's good to know. Hmm. Alright, let me try that. Let me try that. I was going to do something much more complicated than just simply opacity. That's pretty useful. So what's the plan here? Global alpha equals. Let me come up here. Ah, uh-huh. Okay. Hmm. We could do it this way. Yeah, we could do it this way, I suppose. And then I just come down here and add this to all my buttons. Yes. If this diagraph started, then I would say deep dive button dot. I mean, I could like sort of cheat and add an if statement, I guess, but like I've got the variable dot opacity is equal to deep dive opacity. It wants a string. It wants a string. I think you just do toString on that, because it's kind of just a number. It's not gonna be like pixels. I don't think it's a percentage. From the example I saw, it's just a number. Alright, let's test if that works, and I think there's another button I can do it on as well. Very good, yes. This freaking return button is inaccessible to me, though, because it is in a separate file. It is in a separate file. Which means I'd have to do a massive refactor in order to get access to it properly. I mean, realistically, it should be in the same file. Oh my goodness. What am I gonna do with you? I could take several different approaches, right? Like, I could make the argument this results graph is such a complicated feature that clearly you need to break it out into a separate file. But I could also argue, here's the first of probably many examples where it'd be nice if everything was in the same file, and the part of the file that isn't the graph is so small that who does it harm? It's not a big deal to merge it into this file. I could see it both ways. I find the second argument more convincing, because more files is more worser. More files is more worser. Yeah. Even though this file is pretty big already. It is 600 lines. And by the end, it might even be like 1,500 lines. I have no idea. I don't care. I care a tiny bit, but only a tiny bit. Okay, well, I'm gonna worry about that later, but how about you, Mr. Backbutton? Can I do some kind of equivalent here with you? Global alpha equals this. When should the button fade in? I guess that's the question I need to answer for myself. It's up to me. I think like right at the end. Yeah, right at the end. That text at the top needs to fade as well. Can I go back and fade that text? Just draw a heading text. Oh. So to fix that, all I would need to do is bring this down. So it's in the splash zone. It's affected. It can be affected by the global alpha change. Aha, yes. Very good. Yeah, it fading in right here would be great for two reasons. Fewer distractions when you're watching everything materialize, and second, basically that's the moment you click it, it starts to fade away. So that seems perfect. Yeah. Okay, so we add, we figure out It's as long as it's the only button on screen, I can kind of get away with just doing it as a once-off. Wrong file. Okay. Yeah. So let me steal this, bring it down here to my button, call this back button. Eh. You return an HTML element, right? Yeah, okay. And then I will do back button dot style dot opacity equals this map linear, except I will say toString at the end for one thing, and then for another thing I will change the animation timings that it's referencing. Let's see. We want 0, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Because this last part is the up and down. Maybe I do 815. Yeah, maybe I do 1, 3. Okay, so between 1 and 3, it will go from 0 to 1. That should be about what I'm looking for. Let's see what we get with that. Oh, opened up Notepad++ accidentally. Okay. Click deep dive. What? That just... that's not... That's not what it's supposed to be doing. What's your deal, dude? What's your deal? Oh my goodness. That's better. Okay. See, I knew that was going to be the fix because I remember the slightly weird behavior of map linears in past experiences. Yeah, my map linear is a bit wacky. If I wanted to fix map linear so that it handled those cases differently, like one way you might wish it worked was if from value is outside of this range, it just automatically clamps it to being within that range. But I guess my thinking was, well, I don't want to have to add in a clamp value as well into this, so I will just kind of assume that the user is, well, I guess that was a lie, because I do clamp value to range here. I clamp to value, not from value. That's an odd choice. why, though? I guess I could not do that. I'm very cautious about this. You know, who cares? This is such a non-problem. Why worry about it? I'd rather not mess with Map Linear 2. It's fixed. It's fixed how it is. Boom, look, I fixed it. With using clamp value. It's fine. Perfect. Alright, I'm very happy with that so far. The return button is an eyesore. Look, I broke it. Okay. So, now what? That was surprisingly easy. There's just like literally an opacity style option. I did not know that. Next, I guess I gotta work on the colors of the dots. The dot colors. Ooh boy, ooh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yes. Hold on, my nose is giving me trouble. Okay, one of the first things that I kind of want to do. I remember thinking about this yesterday. I also have an appointment later today that I want to make sure I'm not going to miss because I'm streaming. Let me set a timer. Okay, there we go. Ah, okay, hold on. I just got a message that we're pushing the meeting back. Okay. Meeting rescheduled. That means I need to change my timer. You know, actually my timer's fine how it is. It'd be nice to have a little bit of transition time. Okay, very good. Close Google Calendar. All right. So, let me explain this concept. So, here's I'm sort of anticipating several features that I haven't actually implemented yet. This needs to be handled in a very specific way that's a little bit weird. Ah, shit, I have to special case it for the window as well. because there's so many dots here, we can't dynamically change what's being displayed. This is actually a static image that we rendered before. So what we need to do in order to enable the user to change things about this is we have to preemptively know what options they want to change and set some presets accordingly. Okay. So one of the things I want to enable is the user should be able to turn off and on certain tracks if they want to inspect that kind of thing separately. So to do that, let's imagine that this is like a you layer it basically. Okay, so like each track you draw to a separate layer and you lay them one on top of the other like a bunch of transparencies. And then same idea for highlighting or turning off and on various accuracies. Yeah, you would put them all in separate transparencies. Yeah, okay, very good. Makes sense to me. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it, I guess. So, how do we want to do this? Do we do track is the row? No, I feel like track should be the column. Row should be accuracy settings. Yeah, do the row by accuracy settings. So we're gonna get a an n by m matrix of canvases is what I want to generate effectively, and we're going to be drawing n times m canvases each frame now, but that's really not a problem. We should be able to do hundreds of those without an issue. How to do this? How to do this? It's going to be an array, no, a 2D array of canvas, context, canvas rendering context 2D. And in my constructor, basically around the rendering is where I want to set this up. Yeah, I'll put it around here, I suppose. So for each accuracy setting, I will add an empty array. Oh, I need to, okay. I need to start it out as an empty array as well. Okay. Add an empty array, one for each accuracy setting. And then, within each accuracy setting, this dot note manager dot tracks dot length. Question: how many times do I have this exact thing? Oh, only one other time. Therefore, there's no need to make it into a variable. This dot graph components I push a new thingy, which I have yet to create. Oh, I need a J++. Now I will make a I will make the canvas and context elements. Zoom inner bounds width and height. Points canvas? Yeah. Graph inner bounds width and height. Is it this dot graph inner bounds? It is. There we go. Now, the element at ij corresponds to accuracy setting I and track j. Or does it? Let me just make sure. Push. Yeah, push adds to the end. Right? Yes. Okay, now we've got all these graph components. And now what? Well, I need to render onto them, basically. Yeah, so the first change I might make is I'm going to come over to where we're drawing the points canvas. Let me see, do rendering work, points context, points canvas. Uh-huh. Now, do I also use it here? That's slightly concerning. Now, what is this context here? Oh, right. This is the deep dive. So yes, we're needing to rotate everything. Yeah. We do not. Wait. Oh, hold on. Very important distinction. Do rendering work is adding to points canvas. On the points context, we draw a point. Yes, that's clear. Okay. So this only happens once here. Yeah. Okay, very good, very good. So I'm going to replace this with a for loop. Actually, double for loop. And then basically do this again. This dot graph components I j dot canvas. And then what I would probably do is put an if statement here that's like if is this dot is accuracy enabled shown, is accuracy shown I, or maybe like if not this is accuracy shown, then continue. And then similar thing here, I would say if not this dot is track is accuracy shown, is track shown j, continue. Something like that. Is accuracy highlighted? I'm probably going to do highlights for the accuracy rather than completely hiding or showing them. And in that case, it'll be ctx dot global alpha. Ooh, and then we wrap this in a save restore. If this dot is accuracy highlighted, if not highlighted, then I don't know, 0.4. Yeah, that's how we would do it. Okay, but we haven't implemented that yet. We'll get there. We need to first render our points to these graph components, because right now it's still rendering to the old single canvas method. Silly single canvas method. God, that's ridiculous. So what I'd like to do is get the index associated with an accuracy thing, with the linear recording event thing. Okay, I equals last rendered point index, that's correct. End index is totally fine. Zoom bounds will remain the same, I believe. Zoom 0 bounds. Do I even need to do this anymore, actually? A little bit, probably. Yeah, it's fine. I move in the drawing just a tiny bit. So I just need to change which canvas I'm drawing to. The point position will always be the same, basically. It's just... Oh, and I'm doing that silly XY thing here. Making separate variables for no good reason. Was that a knock on the door, or was that someone dropping off a package I heard just now? Is this linear recording I... Track, okay, we've got track number for free. The accuracy classification will not be free, though. Pretty sure. This time. Recording. Let's see if accuracy util has our back here. Get accuracy rank. That's probably not what we want. No. No. Accuracy rank might be close. Get accuracy event name. Well, this might be kind of close too. Right? This seems like basically the same idea. And this I feel like this should be an error, not a cute little string. Okay, accuracy rank, accuracy rank. Get best accuracy index. Current rank equals 1. Current rank equals 1. doing I++. And, oh, I see what this does. Okay, that's cute. Yeah, that's pretty cute. I like this. I might use this at some point. Get best accuracy index. Get earliest millies, get latest millies is bounded. Right. I probably want to do something like this. Count different hit accuracies. I guess I put it down here. Public stat. This is like the first time I've had to actually add to accuracy util, because previously it's had practically everything I needed. Let's do accuracy millies here, because that's a much shorter variable name. And we will call this get accuracy index. Get accuracy index. So if accuracy setting 0.lower bound is equal to null and accuracy millies is less than the upper bound, then it must be a miss, right? Return 0. This is supposed to return a number. If this is configured for booze and, holy crap, and accuracy millies is greater than or equal to the lower bound of the boo accuracy, then we return this. I'm kind of just going to copy the other comment. So then, I guess I'm assuming every other accuracy is bounded. If accuracy.lower bound is not equal to null and upper bound is not equal to null, and I can just drop in an AND statement in here because I know JavaScript short circuits when you're joining together ANDs. So, yeah, no big deal there. Okay, return I. And it's mad at me. I need closing parentheses. Accuracy.lower bound is less than this, and accuracy is less than or equal to that. Return I, yes. Very, very good. Perfect, even. It's basically the same thing as get accuracy name, except index. Got dot get accuracy index of this linear reporting I, and I'll determine the index first. Set accuracy settings. Very good, and then. And then Oh, hold on. Why was that not an error just a second ago? Then let's say destination canvas we'll just say component equals this dot graph components accuracy index track number, and then we say points context. So we say this dot component dot no. Oh, it's not this dot component. Component dot context dot draw image. On this component, we are drawing the image of the point. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And we won't do this, and we won't do this, because we're not using points context anymore. And we shouldn't be referencing points canvas.width at all. Instead, we should use graph inner bounds.width. Graph inner bounds.height. Yeah. So no more points CTX. That is unused. How about points canvas? This is still used here. And where else? Nowhere else. Okay, fantastic. That's perfect. So now I claim that this will just work. This will literally just still draw, because these are all being drawn over each other, and the rendering is rendering over each other. All the points are getting drawn to a canvas at least in one of the graph components. So I think this works. Yeah, it works. How cool is that? Ah, dude, it's so seamless. It's so seamless. This will not conform to like if we turn off one of the tracks or something like that. This zoom window is not set up to do that yet. But these guys in the background are set up to do that. And deep dive still works as it should. Okay. I need a bathroom break, so I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. Hello. So, where were we? We were here. We were admiring that our graph components all display properly. That's very very hype, very cool. Yes, we like that a lot. We like that a lot. Now, let's see. What do I want to do now? What about some track buttons? Yeah, buttons, track buttons. Could mess with that. Where would they go? Where do they go? Most of the UI I try to put at the very end, right? So what have we got here? We've got the deep dive button. That's really it. That's really it right now. Yeah. So let's now add the add some track buttons. So these track buttons are going to be a strange creature. They're going to be buttons that you toggle. They're going to be buttons that you toggle. And ideally they're going to look like tabs at some point as well. Okay, so like we need a for loop. How much CSS do we want to use here? So my main concern right now is I don't want to. I want the buttons to still like have a consistent width. How do I describe this? It's like left aligned. Have a minimum. No, have like a maximum width basically. Left aligned, have a maximum width. And then if there's too many of the track buttons, like if for some reason the user's doing 8 key or something, then in that case I want them to get squished. I want them to optionally become squished. That's my thinking here. So I think I like make a div and try maybe I CSS it a bit. I do truly hate the CSS in general, but let's see. So let's do this. Div. And inside this div, we're going to put our buttons. So like document. This dot note manager dot tracks dot length. And then at the end of this, we're going to say div.append child button. The button is going to have inner text that says track and then I+1. How do I deal with the toggling? How do I deal with the toggling? I need something in the JavaScript to sort of track the state of these buttons. So we're gonna want tracks visible. Track visibility. No, Boolean array. Basically, I'm going to do this same thing. This should not be in the draw loop. It should be in the constructor. Track visible I. So it'd be like if track visible I. Yeah, that seems sensible. Let's go add this to the constructor. Back down to my button, which is where? Here? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna need some kind of like if track visible. Something like that. I can go to the graph components, which are here, and I will do if not this dot track visible j, continue. And if I click the button, hello, hey, welcome to the stream, Mr. Clark Key. I'm glad you're here. How are you, my friend? On click. When we click the button. Oh no, yeah, we do equals here. We say this dot track visible I is toggled. Okay. It is a toggle button. That much is clear. Yeah. And then the next time we draw it, I guess, it's... I need like some dynamically updating crap going on here, which would need to happen outside this. So, hey, I'm doing pretty good. Let me see if I can describe what I'm working on. So I've got I've got this. Okay, showed you this the other day. I just added buttons fading out. In addition to this top thing fading out too. This button is in a different file. I'm gonna have to get to it later after I do a massive refactor. But yeah, the buttons fade out, which is great. And now the next thing I want to do is I want to add some tab shaped buttons here along the top, such that when you click the buttons, it toggles displaying one of the tracks. Okay, because like, you know, each of these accuracy events corresponds to a certain track, and so I presume a user may be interested in seeing what their performance of one particular track is, because generally a track corresponds to a particular key on your keyboard, and like a pair of tracks might correspond to a hand. So it's like, hey, you know, is my left hand doing worse than my right hand? Am I always worse at hitting one track or another track? That kind of thing. So yeah, so I gotta set up these buttons to like be toggles, and styling them is going to be a bit weird as well. But that's what I'm doing. Oh, and the I've already set up the infrastructure to turn off and on the corresponding notes. That much is already set up. It's very interesting, but I won't get into it. Yeah. So one thing I'm concerned about is I'm gonna need to like dynamically style these guys, these buttons. Maybe I don't worry about it yet, right? That's sort of like a for later thing, right? The buttons need to be on screen and they need to toggle the tracks. Okay. And there's this many of them, and they're in a div. Okay. So I guess I just need to position the div. Div.style.position absolute. Div.style.top is equal to. Now where do I put this fellow? I need to know where this is on screen, which I think I do know. I think that's simply outer bounds? Graph outer bounds. Yeah, okay. Graph outer bounds is a rectangle that corresponds to that on screen. So I take graph outer bounds and I do something with it. Oh, I need this dot. This dot graph outer bounds dot top left Y. That's something. Well, I'd like to know the button height. 20. Let's say I have a button height of 20. That means I would say the top of my div, the top of each button, is the top of the graph out of bounds plus button height. And then you put a fancy little PX at the end, because it's CSS. And then I should probably say that my button's height is what it is. Button dot style dot height equals button height plus px. And now that may just work? Question mark? And now that may just work? Oh, I didn't do a left position. Hold on. That's something. Yeah, that's something. Ooh, they should have been moved up, not down. So it's actually top left X minus button height. Minus button height. And what about left position? Div dot style dot left. Will be top left X. Exactly top left X? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, check that out. That's awesome, dude. That's great. I mean, they're a bit ugly right now, but they're pretty good. Okay. So now, if I click them, aha. Ta-da! Now I need some conditional styling on them because otherwise you won't be able to keep track of which track is enabled. And when you hover, it does not get the memo. Like if you have them all turned off, it's the zoom window is just it does not take that into account. It also slightly bothers me that they're drawn over my zoom window. That makes me unhappy. Yeah, that makes me unhappy. So I should fix that. Let me fix that right now. So the zoom window has some height compared to the regular one. Zoom. Where's my zoomy boy? Nobody knows. It's lost forever. Zoom width? Zoom... Oh, I don't think I defined it in the constructor. Okay, that's cringe. Actually, maybe that's fair. Yeah, it's very dynamic, isn't it? But its width is always its height and width are always the same. So like, here, this is it. This is it. Okay, okay, okay. Zoom inner bounds. I actually want zoom outer bounds. Do we have that? Does that... Okay, zoom outer bounds exists very deep within here. And it is what? It is... Okay. Alright then. Okay. It is zoom inner bounds height plus 2. Oh no, plus 2 times zoom margin. Oh, okay, okay. I definitely read that as plus 2 at first, in which case I was going to be scratching my head. But no, that's fair. So I need I need some help here. I need zoom inner bounds height to be defined here. Then I'm going to come down here. And define it. And once I've defined it, then I can actually control where my buttons show up in a sensible way. Now, where am I? Zoom inner bounds height is equal to, well, this is width. Here's height. It is graph inner bounds height plus 20. Okay. That's fair. That's reasonable. I just need you to be defined in the constructor. There we go. Okay. Now I know the zoom outer bounds height. Two times this dot zoom margin. Okay. Yeah, we're making a variable for this guy too. There we go. Nope. Okay. That way I can reference this guy without me being paranoid that it is defined elsewhere or being changed or like weird crap like that. I don't want to deal with that. Okay. Now let's see. So the real top that I want to be using is, well, this is quite the thing, isn't it? It's gonna be like graph outer bounds top left Y plus the difference between the heights of the graph outer bounds and the zoom height plus this difference over 2 minus the button height. Oh, not plus, actually. It's going to be minus because it's moving up. Ta-da! That is the top of the div. Okay, cool. All right, good job. That's exactly where I wanted you to be. Yeah, totally. Okay. What have I done? Graph outer. Well, this is. It should actually be reversed. Wait, no, I lied. Yeah, no. Zoom outer bounds height is greater. Zoom outer bounds height is greater than graph outer bounds height. That's fine. This is gonna be a positive number. So I need to wrap this all in parentheses, right? Because like I bet this is like a really broken top CSS. Oh. Yeah, no. Top is just okay, I need parentheses. Yeah, I need parentheses here. And just to get fancy, let's just like go all out here. Alright. Look at all that fancy spacing we've got going on. Now you'll be where I want you to be. No, I'm wrong once again. Alright, Buster. What's your deal? What's your deal right now? Why are you being an issue? Can you not? How about I console.log you? Are you a number or are you like some weird undefined You're a nan. Okay. Well, that explains it. I don't know why it's a nan. This is a number. This is a number. This is a number. That's a number. I failed to define one of these things correctly. Is it possible that when I click here, it's broken? Yes. Yes, it is possible. Ooh, that's broken in a cool way. Wow, what the heck? Oh, so I bet what that's not doing is it's like not drawing the background. Okay, interesting. So graph outer bounds is probably not defined. That's probably, or yeah, zoom outer bounds height is not defined because I'm an idiot. That's probably what happened. No, I'm not that much of an idiot, I suppose. Is zoom margin not defined? Yeah, that does look interesting, doesn't it? Is zoom margin not defined? Aha! Aha! Zoom margin is not defined until later. How about I move you down there with all your friends? There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. See, isn't JavaScript great? That was not an error. Using this variable before it was defined, not an error. 2 times undefined, totally fine. And now the buttons are where they need to be. Now the buttons are where they need to be. And they're not overlapping my zoom window. Fantastic. Fantastic. And now everything still works, although these buttons don't fade out. Let me make the buttons fade out. Where am I? I'm lost in my code. Okay, here I am. So we don't want console.log anymore. How did I do the fade out previously? Aha, opacity. So I just say, ooh, I need a variable for this div. What do we call this? Let track toggle div equal this. That's not how you spell track. Track toggle div is equal to that, and it is an HTML element. And, well, it is now. Oh, and it needs an ID. We call it track toggle div. Okay. Yeah, and we say on every frame we're gonna take the track toggle div and we're gonna set its style.opacity to whatever the deep dive opacity says it should be. And now the track buttons will fade out when we hit the deep dive button. Yay! They fade in as well. Okay, very good. Now, the buttons look like ass, though. I'd like to fix that. And my styling here is just so weird, so messed up. How about I do button dot classlist dot append dot add dot add global dot global class. Does that give me the slightly nicer looking buttons? Yes, although now they're broken. Cool. I love it. What's this button's height? What's your height, buddy? Your height is 33. So I suspect that is the minimum height I ought to have for my buttons, is 33. So I'll do you one better and make it 34. Okay. They are far too big, though. They are far too big. So here's the thing. We're gonna go into CSS land, and I'm really not happy about it. We're gonna set your ID, div.id is equal to track toggle div, and your buttons are gonna get a class called track toggle button. And now we're gonna crack open the old CSS file. Yeah, it's very dusty in here. Oh boy. uh, let's say these styles related to the results page. Okay, and we've got an ID. What was it? What did I call my div? Oh, I'm lost. It's over here. We've got track toggle div. We're going to control that thing styling, and then we're also going to control the styling of a track toggle button. Okay. That's where we're at currently. That's where we're at currently. And if we're controlling, oh dear. Here's a fun problem. Here's a fun problem. I need the... Okay. Yeah. JavaScript plus CSS is kind of a problem. How I want to like control the... If I control the width of the buttons in CSS, then perhaps I need to also control the positioning of the div in CSS. But the positioning of the div is dependent on the positioning of the graph, and the positioning of the graph is not controlled by CSS. It's controlled by JavaScript. I guess I've dealt with this before, and I kind of just like, it doesn't matter, it's all static anyways, so like who cares? But like I just feel slightly gross. I feel slightly gross about this. Okay. So I keep trying to click on the deep dive here. So I'm talking about div.style.top really needs to let's get this console.logging. We're no longer controlling this through JavaScript. We are merely going to put this all in CSS and comment everything else out. Okay. Same thing with button height. Same thing with well crap. Button height is no longer controlled by JavaScript, but it does get this class. Okay. Here we go. Okay. This needs what does it need? It needs position absolute. It needs a fixed width. I don't know. I'll just put in a random number for now. And it needs a fixed height. Doesn't need it doesn't need a fixed height. It's going to be determined by the height of the buttons, so I don't really care. A button needs a fixed height, though, that's for sure. Do I make... I want them to be short. I want them to be shorter buttons. And I also want my buttons to... I need another class. I need a toggled and a not toggled. Yeah? And I can add and subtract this class? Or maybe the right way to do that is just have an off. Yeah, have off. Well, because in theory it'll have these two classes. It'll have this one and it'll have this one. And in theory, if the second class conflicts with the first class, it'll take the ones in the second class. It'll prefer this, maybe? I'm not totally sure, but maybe. Yeah. And we need top. And we need left. And I can do cool Flexbox stuff, I think. Let's see where we're at right now. Everything's gonna just explode and break. Okay. Oh dear. Oh, okay. Oh, that's because the width of it is fixed. I understand. Okay, so 106 is the top, 100 is the left. 106, 100, and I reduced the height of the buttons from 34 to 20, so I should subtract 14 from this. Oh, it updates automatically, I think. Yes, it does update automatically. And then I need to change the width of it to be equal to the outer bounds width of the graph. So I just gotta go find that. XY width 400. And now that is fixed. Yes. Slightly not fixed though. Why shouldn't you be down more? Huh. Well, I'm not going to worry about that too much. Yeah, buttons still do button things. Okay, so now I want to... What do I want to do? So what's making the buttons look messed up currently is possibly... You know what I am not happy about is I'm using this whole like, where is it? It's fine, it's fine. I was debating, there's like this global class, right? Which is actually, okay, let's look at it. Let's see if we can find it. Seriously? Where is it? Oh, that's a variable that contains... Oh, okay. No, I'm pretty sure it's just game. I'm pretty sure the name of the global class is game. And what do I do? Right, okay. Button dot game is the current class that is fucking me over right now. It is styling my button, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop styling my button. So if I set my padding to 0, what happens? Hold on, let me do a 2-screen deal here. Save. Nothing happened. Nothing happened, and that concerns me. Okay, what's your deal? Tell me about your styling, please. It's crossed out. It looks like it's preferring this padding over this padding. But why? That's no fair. That's not fair. You can't do that. Okay, so CSS classes did not interact how I thought they would. I guess the first class in the list takes precedence, rather than the later classes in the list taking precedence. Or maybe it's even weirder than that, and it's the first class in the CSS file. Right? That would be weird. Okay, so I need to I need to remove the global class from the buttons then, in that case. Yeah. But I need to have some of the same... Oh, dude. I need to recreate some of this stuff. Oh, this is murder. This is awful. Okay. So my main issue right now is the padding. And I don't think I want to set my height. Or maybe I do. Yeah, maybe I do. Background is fine. Yeah, a border is fine. Let's just see. Let's just see what that does. Okay, I already hit save, so it should already have taken effect, I guess. Or not? Did it? Oh, I need to rerun it. Right, I need to rerun it for it to remove the global class. Right. Okay, we're rerunning. There we go. Okay. That's better-ish. Does it still... It's cool that on hover it still does its thing. That's like a good thing. Oh, that's different. Okay. And now I want to distribute them. I think I can kind of do some of the work in here, right? So I can edit the CSS right here. I want the div though. Come to me, div. Okay. Let's do display flex and distribute. No, what is it? I coded this before. All right, let me Google this real quick. There's a way to distribute the elements in your div. Justify content. Justify content is the ticket. So if we come over here and we're like, justify content, aha! We can sample our options. Space between is kind of what I want in theory. Oh, I have a bot. Hold on. Okay, very good. Space between. I'm thinking maybe this isn't what I want. I kind of just want spaces between my elements. I don't know. Like, huh? I wanna like set the spacing between the two things, and you could do that in a variety of ways. Like you could what do you call it? There's padding and then there's margin, right? If I could set the space between, is there a way to like set a specific number of pixels for space between? Hold on. CSS space between. Yeah, I could do margin left. Margin left might literally be the easiest thing. Oh, this is crazy. No way. Does this work? Huh. What if... Okay. Okay, check this out. Track toggle div button plus button margin left. Ten pixels. That's not how you spell margin. So supposedly within my div, for every if it's a button that has a button to the left of it, it will have margin left 10, but not the first button, I guess. Yeah? Let's watch. Let's see if this works. Wow, it does work. That's some bullshit right there. That's kind of what I want. I don't want all the tracks to like be all spread out. I think it looks kind of silly like that. I don't want them to be like take up the whole width. Yeah, this is pretty cool. The text needs to be a bit smaller. So I can do that. How do I do that? How do I do that? I think I would do font size and then a percentage. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, maybe even smaller. But okay, now I actually do want some padding on okay. Padding, okay, that's padding top. We don't like padding top. How about this? Is this padding left? It's padding left and right. Okay, very good. How about 2 padding on the top? How about not fixed height? Looking better. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, okay. I'm better now. So, this is pretty, maybe less padding on the left and right. 8. 7. We love to see odd numbers. Yes, of course. That's pretty good. I don't know why this dude is so high up there. I can change that with top. No. $108, $115. Sure. Yeah. That's looking good so far. And then one thing I might do is make the tops of my buttons curved. Border radius 4. Ah, okay. I think I know how to do this. So you can actually specify each one individually. Because that's why it's currently rounded edges. See, it's rounded edges on the edges of the button. Let's try messing around with it a little bit. Let's try messing around with it a little bit. 0 for the first argument. Okay, it controls the bottom left and top right. That's completely unexpected. Can I control just one of them at a time? That's top left. Okay, top left we want. How about you? You are top right. Okay, top right we do want. Everything else, 0. There we go. Now they're tabby. Look how tabby they are. The border should maybe be a bit less thick. What if it was a 1 pixel border? No, we've got either too thick or actually maybe the tiny is better. Yeah, maybe the tiny is better. Can I reduce to margin left? Let's do like 6 pixels. Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe 5. Maybe 4. Okay. Yeah, now the tabs look like tabs, which makes me quite happy. They look weird floating there, don't they, though? They look weird floating there. I could maybe fix that, though. What if they stretched down, right? Like like the text stayed near the top, but the button itself stretched down? Oh, but no, the button would draw over. Frick. The button would absolutely draw over everything. Frick, frick, frick. There's no way to get this to draw over that. Absolutely, there is not a way to do that. I do need to stretch them down a little bit, though, right? Like, I totally need to stretch them down a bit. I need to stretch them down a bit. Let's, how do we do that? Padding? I think padding is the solution. Padding. Okay. So we've got a 2 argument padding. We need a 4 argument padding so I can have more padding on the bottom than on the top. So let's see what we do here. Okay, through trial and error, I will now add. I will now make the appropriate padding. So, how about 10 padding here? Where is that? That's padding on the top. We want maybe 2. How about padding on the left and right? Or how about this one? That is right padding. How about this one? That is bottom padding. Okay, let's do like 7 pixels there, 7 pixels there, and bottom padding, a little bit less bottom padding. 8. 8. Do we like 8? How about 7? How about 6? That looks okay. Let's go back to 7. Yeah. This looks decent. This looks decent. Yeah. Now I just need to figure out how to style them based on whether they're toggled or not. That is the next trick. So I think what I need to do is I need a class for on and off, and this shared class. So in this shared class will be the style that both on and off have in common, because the conflicts don't resolve the way that I thought they did. So for sure padding will be the same. For sure font size will be the same. Color, the font color will be the same. Cursor, pointer is, yeah, that's gonna be the same. The background, the border radius can stay the same. Yeah, the border radius stays the same. But the background, and yeah, we'll have the border be the same. It's the background mainly that's gonna change color, I think. Yeah. Okay. So toggle on, maybe this is toggle off, and then toggle on will be some other color. some other color that I'm going to make up on the spot. Off should be more like the disabled color, right? Yeah, this. Right? I'll use the disabled color here. Okay. But the active, is it? Hover? Geez, sure. Yeah? Okay. Well, crap, actually. There needs to be... if I set this, then you're not going to be... There's not going to be a visual difference between hovering over the button or not. So that's actually not what we need, is it? Maybe we do some variation of this, but lighter? Oh, this is obnoxious. This is like... I don't want to deal with a linear gradient right now. Can we do like something darker? Like in this direction? Maybe? I haven't programmed the JavaScript for it yet though, so let's do that. Okay, so it's gonna be something like... tracks.length. Iterate over all the possible tracks. What is the problem here? What is the problem? Oh, I see what the problem is. I'm not inside a scope. Hey, hey, whoopsies. What do I have here? Yeah, okay. This dot, oh, I++. Okay. This dot is tracks visible I, otherwise this, otherwise this. Okay, so we're gonna apply this to each of the buttons. So we need to get the button. Classless dot remove the other one, and then we're gonna add the other one. Okay, it's basically how it's going to work in both cases. We don't have this variable though, so let's go create it. Then down in the guts of the constructor somewhere, maybe here, make it an empty array, and then I need to append to this array during the creation of the buttons. Alright, we've got a lot of junk going on here. Let's just say goodbye to all this nonsense. button done on click does this, and then div.append child button, and this dot track toggle buttons dot push the button. Yes, we have a reference to the buttons, and now I need to remove. I should make another variable, private track toggle button on class. And then I go apply those to where they belong. This dot track toggle button. If it's visible, you turn off the off and you turn on the on. If it's not visible, you turn off the on and you turn on the off. That makes perfect sense and is not confusing at all. And it might be working. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. That looks like yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. And it all fades away. And when I come back, what is it like? Everything's a disaster when I come back. Huh. How does that... What's this bug? What's this cute little bug that I have here? Who has done this to you? Who scared you, Buttons? You're white as a ghost. Track toggle button. Does it not have the on or off? I think it doesn't have the on or off class. That's not good, right? Let me inspect you. Okay. Yeah, look, it has on. And now it has off. Okay. But when I do deep dive and go back, they have the toggle button class, but not on or off, thus making it look awful. How does that happen? And how does this not fix it? So, excuse me, it must be this array that's causing issues, right? This array must get like a whole new set of buttons in it. That might be what's happening. So actually, maybe what I do is this. Yeah? That makes a lot of sense. We don't need it here. We can call it within the create function. And now, in theory, that'll work. Boop, 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 boop. Deep dive. Go back. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Question. Will it save the state of my tracks being turned on or off? I think that's very important. It does! It does! We get it for free. I didn't even have to think about it, and it worked. I love it when I get stuff for free, dude. Now I have an interesting question. Should the zoom in agree with these track selections? Or no? What are the pros and cons of that? Because one con I see with the zoom corresponding to the tracks that you've turned off is that when you go to do deep dive and it animates these dots doing their thing, each of those dots needs to correspond to, you know, accuracy events happening here. So do I like turn off specific tracks in here as well? I feel like most of the time that's not desirable. Yeah, I think that's a pretty undesirable state to be in. Because I generally think this is not so confusing that you would want to turn off tracks. So if the deep dive is going to have all the tracks turned on, and we're transitioning from a state that could have tracks turned off to a state where all the tracks are on, there's going to be some discontinuity there. But I don't know. I'm concerned. I really think the window should agree with these tracks being turned on or off, though. I really think it should be aligned with that. So maybe what happens is when you click deep dive, in the window, it turns all the tracks on. Just like immediately. And that's kind of lame, but you might have to just deal with that. Because I don't know how else to address that problem. Okay, let's make the window corresponds to the tracks that are turned on or off. Let's do that right now. Do it right now. Let's do it right now. Yes. Let's do it. Okay. Don't need to go back to this state, so we can delete that comment. Where's my Zoom related things? Where is my Zoom related things? Draw the background and border of the Zoom window. Draw the points that are within the Zoom window. Okay, yeah, here. Okay, so... Well, this is pretty straightforward, right? I just do an if statement. If this dot linear recording I dot track number this dot... Okay, we'll make a variable for this. If this dot track visible track number, then draw the point. Otherwise, don't. Simple as that. Okay. Now, aha, yes. The window updates. However, when we click the deep dive button, it happens so fast you kind of don't even notice, right? It happens all. It's all so fast. Ooh, I noticed that though. That was a little bit gross looking. Yeah, I might just have to live with that. And if I really wanted to, like if it really bothered me, I could add a fade in or fade out. I could do that fairly easily. Yeah. I like that though. That'd be good attention to detail. So it'd be something like this. Okay, this is in deep dive, so I would do... We don't need fill style white for anything currently. Okay, so it would be like if track visible track number, then actually in both cases we draw the image. If not track visible, then we do ctx.global alpha equals some number. Okay, and the some number is what? It needs to... Frick. It needs to fade in. It needs to fade in. My problem is... So like what if... Okay. What if for starters I did this? Right? If it's not supposed to be visible, draw it at half opacity. Oh, well, everything's supposed to be visible, so... okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's very hard to see. I kinda... Huh? It kind of seems like all the points are being affected by that, which is not what I wanted. I guess I need all the points to... What's the duration here? Okay, animation elapsed time. So let's do... Yeah, let's grab this guy and we'll just be like... double semicolon at the end of that line. Oh, okay, never mind. It will fade in, so it will go from 0 to 1 opacity, right? Yeah, that might be okay. Fade in the notes that are disabled so they eventually appear in the deep dive. Yeah, maybe this will make it even less noticeable. It goes from 0 to 1, right? 0 to 1. That means when this is reversing, it'll fade out. Well, we're not going to see it there, are we, smart one? Okay. That's... No, like I suspected, I guess it's fading everything. If it's false that the track is visible, track number. What is the issue here? Global Alpha 1. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. I need an else here. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's what I want. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. That seems a little bit not great, right? Can I slow the animation down? Can I slow the animation down a bit? Control click. Okay, there we go. Let's do times 10. Let's make it 10 times slower. I just want to make sure it's animating how I want it to animate, and if it looks crappy, that's fine. It at least looks better than it would otherwise. Okay, I see. And then it's going to fade out the ones that shouldn't be there, correct? Huh. Let's... Can we do it a little bit faster? Where is it? I just lost track of it. Yeah, here we go. How about like half the duration? Yeah, half the duration we spend fading in the dots. Half the duration we spend fading in the dots. Not 100% sure about that. Let's see it at full speed. If I kind of want it to be like an asymmetric animation, but I don't really want to do that. Okay, once again, I love doing that. Yeah, it's like I need to do the fade out sooner, only when it's reversing, though. Huh. Huh. Crap. I can do that. It's a bit obsessive to make that, to try doing that, but I can do that. I'm a little bit lost now, though. Where am I? Oh, I'm okay. I remember. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so like on when you click deep dive, or maybe I want it the same both ways. What if I did what if I made it do it on the latter half? And we did lamp. Well, maybe you don't need to do that here. And I want to slow it down to make sure it's doing what I think it's doing. Oh, wait. No. Yeah, no. No, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah. I had it right the first time. It needs to start out... Wait. Wait. Is this right? So if it's anything less than a half, it'll still be 0. That may be right. That may be right. Yeah, that may be correct. What does this do? I want to slow down the animation again, though. Oh, it's doing the frickin' map linear bullshit that it loves to do. I'm bothered by that now. I'm now going to change the behavior of map linear 2. And I may regret it, but... From start, from end, from end. Okay. Very risky to change the map linear function. No, it did the shit again. Oh. Right? This is... I need to do... Okay. Yeah, I need to do that. That's what I need to do. I almost got very mad at it. And then it fades in now? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Sure. I'm kind of on board with that. Let's go back and speed up the animation again. Because I'm obsessive, I suppose. I don't know if I'm obsessive or I'm just like I just don't have great tools for myself and I'm ending up taking longer for something simple. What? Is that just like conveniently not amazing example? I think that's really good. That's basically what I want, yeah. It's perfect. That's great. Fantastic. All right. Okay, we got the tracks working. Wasn't the title of this video something about note colors? Or like point colors? Yeah. Yeah. Didn't exactly deliver on that promise yet, have I? But I could do that now. Yeah, I could do that now. Let's see about that. Okay. So here's all the accuracy color logic, right? Okay. So I was working on this at the end of yesterday. And my thinking was basically I will have an array, a palette, you could say maybe, a palette of like 5 colors. And I need to figure out how to assign my 5 colors to my various accuracy settings. One feature I would like the coloring to have is that it's designed to work better with accuracy settings that have a central accuracy that contains 0 and then symmetrical all the way down. And it will pair the left and right accuracies on the way down and give those the same colors. That's the plan. So, what I've got so far in this for loop is middle accuracy, and then I want I to increase, and I just need to know, I need to pre-calculate how large I can make I, essentially. I need to pre-calculate how large I can make I, and I'm excluding the miss and the boo, because those already have specific colors. They're going to be red, obviously. Maybe it's not obvious. No, I feel like that's pretty obvious. Come on, right? A bad thing happens, you want to color it red. Of course. And in the rare case where this is just off by 1, we're gonna do the floor. The floor of this divided by 2, right? I guess that's fine. Yeah, who cares about white space? That's the something. That's the something. Yeah, and we iterate over our prescribed colors, and when we have the color, let's see. This is going to, yeah, okay. So, oh, sweet. And I've already made a function that gets the index of an accuracy. So, while we're rendering, or is it while we're rendering that we want to do this? Yeah, we could do this while we're rendering, because it's just looking up a value. We have to get the while we're rendering, we have to get the accuracy index anyways. We have to calculate that. So yeah, there's no need to pre-calculate the colors, I think. I do worry about what if the user hits deep dive before it's done rendering? That could be a problem. Because we're reliant on... Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna put it here in case I forget. Note, make sure the rendering is done before allowing the user to deep dive. I should put that in my notes, but I'm not going to. Yeah, and we don't have this yet. What do we do with this color? Oh yeah, accuracy color. Yeah, that's good. So 9 accuracies, 9. Oh, that's what this value is. 9, 8, 7, 6. Divided by 2 is 3. So I need... Right, and this is also the index into the prescribed colors. This is the index into the prescribed colors, and this way I don't have to special case the middle accuracy. Maybe I do special case the middle accuracy, right? Maybe I just do that. So there's not this weird double assignment going on. Accuracy colors, bracket, middle accuracy index equals prescribed colors 0. And accuracy colors needs to be a global. So I'm going to come up here and do that. And then everywhere there's accuracy colors, there needs to be this dot. Ooh. Okay, this is not... Oh wait, no, this is fine. This is fine. I confused accuracy colors with prescribed colors. So that's alright. Okay. So we need to make up some colors. 4, I think. Yeah, we need to make up 4 colors. So I think the middle color is like a... Maybe we make it like a purple. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, make it like a purpley-ish. Red. A little bit of green to make it lighter. Blue. And then perfect is maybe green, right? So like a... Yeah. Light green. Maybe actually a little bit darker. Good is like a lighter green. And then this needs to be yellow. What's the what's the RGB for yellow? It is red and... Oh, of course it is. It's red and green. So... Yeah? Is this gonna be good? Let's apply our accuracy colors to the dots when we do the rendering work, shall we? Track number, component.draw image, point. Oh, I see, I see. This is run like several 100,000 times, so it's kind of important that it's fast. Okay. Yeah, because it could literally take 2 to 3 times longer if this isn't optimal. Okay, yeah, so I need a separate point drawing for each color. Let's do... I just need the canvases, right? Okay. And then what I will do is when I'm rendering, I will do this dot colored points bracket accuracy index. It's just calling get accuracy index, you know, a couple 100,000 times if there's that many points. No big deal. No big deal. Doesn't need to be that optimized. Copium. So this now needs to be a for loop for all the accuracy colors. And I believe we're doing a save restore in the for loop, which doesn't matter that much. And we don't need this dots on anything. We make a canvas width is point size, we make a context, we change the stroke style to be equal to this dot accuracy colors I. And that's basically it. Except it needs to be ctx dot restore. Okay. I think that's all done. No, wait, I didn't add my canvas to the array of points, colored points. Then I say, I'll just do it down here. This dot colored points dot push canvas. And I probably do this here. This dot colored points is equal to empty array. Because I don't think I deal with it anywhere else besides rendering. Yeah, okay. Now it should work. Now it will draw the stuff how it should be drawing it. Confusion. Cannot read properties of undefined read get line 275. 257, I think, actually. This this thing doesn't exist anymore. I missed one reference. Okay. And I should come back up here and delete point canvas. Point CTX. Yeah. Delete you. No, you're the one that I want to delete. Okay, what's your deal? Why are you still being used? Ah, crap. This dot colored points accuracy next. This dot point canvas dot width. Shouldn't I reference points canvas? Or components? Component.ctx? Component.canvas. No, wait, no. Okay. It's whatever the point size is. Crud. Colored points. I think it is this. Shit. Okay, that's the correct way to write that. But there's still some people using global point canvas, global point context. So I need to go find those and eliminate them. Okay, what's your deal? This dot point size, this dot. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is a problem. It should just be CTX. Okay. How about you? This is what I was sort of expecting. Yeah, so you need to basically copy off of the rendering logic Okay. Let point canvas equal this dot colored points accuracy index. Now I wouldn't have to do this. I wouldn't have to recalculate the accuracy. I wouldn't have to recalculate the accuracy if I had that in an array. Let us pre-compute those when we're rendering. Private accuracy indices is a number array, and before I start rendering, I say this dot accuracy indices is equal to an empty array, and then as I'm rendering, I say accuracy index. I say this dot accuracy indices dot push accuracy index. That way, when I'm later drawing my zoom window, I don't have to calculate the accuracy. I can instead say this dot let point canvas equal this dot, yeah, so I have to get the accuracy index by, I'll say let accuracy index equal this dot accuracy indices, and it is I. There we go. Yeah, that way we're not doing like a double dereference. And now the point canvas is equal to this. It's not this, it's ctx.drawImage, and we're using point canvas with point canvas height. Yes. Very, very good. Okay. Next, I may do the same exact thing. This is during deep dive, correct? Yes, this is during deep dive. So during deep dive, I basically write this. Correct? Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. There we go. No more red. So now I claim it'll run now. There's going to be a problem with the colors on transition, but we encountered an error. It's looking good so far. This is making me very happy to see this, though. Okay. Type error cannot read properties undefined reading with. Do rendering work. Results display 296. Much more colorful now. 296. Okay. Confusion. Hello, what's your deal? What's your deal right now? Cannot read properties of undefined reading with. So this is undefined, meaning this is undefined. This meaning accuracy index is out of bounds. Well, that can't be. That shouldn't be possible if I've done my work correctly. if point canvas is equal to undefined, this is like, you know, moments before disaster, I will constant.log accuracy index. Right, so the moment before disaster strikes, I want you to console.log. Yeah? Okay. Tell me, what is my accuracy index when this happens? Accuracy index is 8. Beep, beep, beep. Which tells me that it's a boo, right? Because the first one I put there is actually miss, which appears on the bottom, and then the boo would be at the top because it's the greatest value. So I neglected to assign a boo. Accuracy colors. If this dot is configured for boos, which it is, this dot accuracy colors bracket this dot accuracy colors dot length minus 1 is equal. So wait a second. Oh. Yeah, it shouldn't be accuracy colors dot length minus 1. It should be accuracy settings dot length minus 1. Because accuracy colors is length 1 at that point. Okay. Can you assign indices into an array out of order like that? Gosh, I sure hope so. If not, we can work around it. Okay, look at that. That is very good. So my issue becomes that everything's just a little bit too samey. The greens are a bit too samey. And when we deep dive, everything turns white, which we don't necessarily want. I would prefer that in the deep dive, the dots remain the appropriate color, and then they the lines are that corresponding color. Yeah, the lines are that color. Otherwise, pretty great. Otherwise, pretty great so far. What about a real replay, though? Yeah, I like that a lot. Wow, that's really cool. And does this demonstrate that my left side is weaker than my right side? Not really from this view. Actually, it kind of suggests the opposite. Wait, no. My left hand is where I got the misses and boos. Yeah. I got a boo here. I got 2 boos around the same note, basically. Holy crap. How did I manage that? I got a boo from... I don't know what confused me. And then I got a miss and a boo. Almost simultaneously. which is kind of hilarious. I mean, it can. That's not really a downside. That's or that's not like a mistake I have. It's sort of just like inherent to any game that has misses and boos. This is all left side. Right side was on point, dude. Well, kinda. That would make sense. I mean, I am right-handed, so. Okay. Now a question in my mind is, does this work for an absurdly large number of notes? The answer which should be yes. I want like 200,000 notes, so, or maybe 500,000. So let's do 84,000 seconds. Nice. It really doesn't take that long to render. It really doesn't take that long to render. And zoomed in looks zoomed in. Ooh. This doesn't look right, does it? Why are these notes the wrong color, seemingly? Uh-oh. How has that happened? How has that happened? And how did I not notice that before? Huh. What? Why? I mean, that just works exactly how it should work, which makes me very happy. Yeah, once it's all rendered, you don't have to wait for it to load when you switch what tracks you have selected. That's great, dude. That's really great. Is it just me, or do these buttons have tiny 1-pixel dots above them? What is with that? That's a bit weird, right? Oh no, they're gone. Okay, that was just a browser glitch. That's fine. It's not really, but it's fine. Yeah, so the indices must be totally random, like screwed up. What is with that? That's not good. Could it be a weird async bug? Where do I, so this is defining the colors. This is defining the colors. This bug is figured out, so I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, I will get to that. The zoom window. The zoom window. Draw the points that are within the zoom window. Okay, so my accuracy index is accuracy indices I, and I is precisely what I use to get the point position. So it must be that I'm not defining accuracy indices correctly. And I presume that's because I'm using push here rather than accuracy indices I equals this. Yeah? Because it's possible, I suppose. I really struggle to think how, but I suppose it's possible that this rendering work can happen out of order. That should be completely impossible, but I suppose it can happen. Yeah, like how can that? Well, we'll see. If this fixes it, then that must have been what happened. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Of course that fixes it. So the rendering work gets done asynchronously. That's not the right word. Can get done out of order. But it must be like only very slightly out of order that it can happen. Right? Only very slightly out of order. Because if it was like super out of order, then it wouldn't look like it went left to right. Left to right is exactly the order of the linear recording. Kind of want to reverse the order of these colors. Let's do this number. And let's make you darker. I think that's what I wanted to do. Kind of might have messed it up a little bit. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah. This just feels better, I think. Green, yellow, and then this like pale green. Yeah, the pale green. You don't want to get the pale greens. Yes, although the purple is a bit too purple, perhaps. Yeah, I don't know about that. I guess it's fine. What does it look like for real? It looks pretty cool. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. It's a little bit too bright. It's just a little bit too bright, right? So what? That's exactly magenta, right? So what if we just do like 220? 220. Red, green. Wait. No, this is yellow. This is the yellow. This is the yellow. What is this? This is the magenta. So this is red, green, blue. Oh, okay. So I added green to make it brighter, right? So what if we reduce that? I have to go shortly. Still quite bright. It's actually maybe a little bit understated now. A little bit more understated, which is what I was going for. Yeah. Maybe I lower these a little bit, right? 220. Yeah, it went darker. Yeah, it went a little bit darker. I kind of like that better. Yeah, I think I like that a little bit better. That's pretty good. Yeah. Still kind of like burning when you look at it like this, but I think that's kind of bound to be the case. And it still works with the various tracks, right? It's not out of order. Nope, nothing out of order there. Perfect. All right. That's really quite very good. That's really very good, and I'm excited to have gotten that. Next, all we have to do is get the colors to translate over to Deep Dive. Right? The colors need to translate over to when you do Deep Dive. And then, you know, all the other things on our to-do list we will look at. Tomorrow's a little bit weird. Not 100% sure I'm going to be streaming in the morning tomorrow, but tomorrow does begin. I'm supposed to be doing a game jam for 48 hours with a friend of mine. So tomorrow night is supposedly the start of that. We'll see if I'm going to be streaming that that night. I do plan to stream it at some point. Probably that night. Yeah, we'll just see. The morning we'll play it by ear. The morning we'll play it by ear. As much as I would love to do more work on this, I don't want to. Kind of want to pace myself a little bit, and I've got another thing, another obligation that day too. So, yeah. Anyways, though, hope to see you at some point tomorrow and over the weekend. Until then, farewell.